Alright, we've got our sanitizer all ran through it, all through the lines. Lines are sanitized and clean. And, I don't know if you can see in there, but we've still got some Star Sand foaming up in there. Don't need to worry about the foam at all with the beer. It's not going to affect the flavor of it at all. So, if you see some foam, it's all right. You can just rack your beer right into it. It's not going to affect the flavor at all. Just make sure you get all the liquid out of it, and just the foam is left. The last thing we're going to do before we actually, finish putting this keg back together, is I loosen these guys up, and I'm actually going to rub some lubrifilm on it. This is just a heavy-duty sanitary lubricant, and I'm just going to lube up all these O-rings and gaskets here. And it just helps prolong the life of all these little rubber gaskets on the keg. So I'm going to be doing, that O-ring and then the O-ring on the poppet valve too. Lube that guy up, and then the O-ring on that guy on the gas in, and then the dip tube for the beer out, and then the same for the valve, the beer out valve. Then we're gonna take some of the beer out of our secondary here, and I'm gonna put some homegrown hops into it. I think, let's see what we got here. We've got this is our sanitized pot that we're gonna get our beer heated up with. This is our French press that's already been sanitized, and again I'm just gonna fill it up with some hops, and then just top it off with some beer, and let it sit there for a little bit and let the beer do its work on the hops and get some of that aroma out of it. And then basically it's a French press, so we're just gonna slowly press this down, compact the hops, and then pour the beer back into the keg. Just want to kind of go over this. This is we got some homegrown Cascades here that I picked up this last year. I picked it 9/12/2010. We got about 3.5 ounces of it. Still great aroma and nice and dry. I have them in these vacuum sealed bags, and I label them and I date them every time I open them. And I don't know the alpha acids of this. It's hard to do that with homegrown hops. And then I have these guys. These guys are, I call them Paradise hops because I picked them in a place called Paradise. I have no idea what kind of hops they are, but they do have a really strong kind of piney, citrusy aroma to them. Kind of makes me think that they might be like a Chinook or something a little bit higher alpha acid. But I picked these, 1809, so 2 years ago, and a year and a half ago. And like I said, I've had these vacuum sealed bags, and they seem to be doing the trick. I wish you guys could smell it, but the aroma is super strong. I can just walk into the kitchen and I can smell the hops. So these bags, they store really well. And like I said, I just have a vacuum sealer. I seal up the bag when I'm done with it and put it in the freezer. Sometimes I'll put another plastic bag around it, like just a regular Ziploc bag, just for added security. But these guys haven't had that, and they still smell really good. So it's a good way to be able to store whole cone hops. Because these hops aren't cheap. If you buy hops, it's kind of expensive. So if you can grow your own and even pick some and store them, it's worthwhile. So let me load up this keg, and we'll turn this back on when we are transferring our beer.